I'm not sure if I'll be able to see the starting lights. Yes, I will. Very good. Okay. Lights have come upon the screen. Here come the lights. All right, 6 red lights. When they're out, they go. And the lights are out. The drivers go. It looks like we have a slow start from one of the green cars in the mid-pack. There's lots of jostling in the middle. Already 4 wide up at the front. Lots of turning and twisting. Now down to 3 wide at the front. It's 3 wide almost all the way through the field. Someone's off the track and oh no! We have a wreck. Looks like a teammate has taken themselves out. Dave and Napoli have come together. Okay, back up to the action up at the front. Looks like Ed has decided to start from the back or has slid back. I'm not sure which. Have the 2 Penguins up at the front. Oh, the cars are sliding all over the place. Tires not yet to racing temperature. It's remained relatively clean so far. A little bit of jostling in the back of the pack. We'll run back there. Aqua Minerale, we have a car gone wide. Looks like they have all collected themselves without further incident. Going through the chicane at the top of the hill. Oh, a near spin, and one of the cars has cut through the chicane as well. Like Cinch has had a serious wiggle coming out of the top of the chicane. Coming through the final turns, we'll head up to the top of the leaderboard again and see if there's any major changes. Okay, so we've crossed the line. And we have a pair of Penguins at the front, Jort and Mill, followed by Suicidal Cookie, Darkius, and Ed Kerstetter in 5th. Ivan a close 6th. Looks like Ed's going for a pass on the inside. Has made it through. Just past Darkius. That promotes Ed to 4th. Ed's now got Cookie in his sight. Darkius trying to follow him through the pack. Looks like Ivan is all over the back of Darkius. He tries something into the fast left-hander. No, he'll follow him through. Looks like Darkius may have gone a little wide through that turn. He's got a wiggle on the AstroTurf that may slow him down through Aqua Minerale. Ivan trying to hold it across the outside. That's a hard turn to do that in. You really send the car in through there. Darkius holds the spot off of Ivan. Looks like Ed has made his way up to Suicidal Cookie. Cookie a little wide out of the chicane. A little bit of a wiggle on that AstroTurf. It looks like it's given Ed just enough momentum to get past. Ed now up to 3rd. Cookie all over the back of Ed, though, to make him feel the pressure. And it looks like, yes, one of the Penguins is off. Oh, my goodness, that's Jort. Jort has overrun one of the final turns and is now back to 4th. That promotes Milt up to 1st place. Ed to 2nd, Cookie to 3rd. Goodness, a simple error has cost the Penguins the 1-2 victory if they were to hold off the rest of the field. But There's still 40 minutes of race left. Plenty of time for something to happen. It looks like Ed may have overdriven the first chicane and has given up position number 2 to Suicidal Cookie. Didn't get to see it very well, but I think Ed may have outbraked himself into Tamburello and had to run a little wide. Ed's off into the grass again. Here comes Jort on the outside of the hairpin. Jort thinks otherwise of it. Goes back around. He's going to tuck back in for slipstream, or is he going to try to push it around the outside? It looks like he is side by side with Ed up at the front for third place. Darky is just behind, ready to pounce. Jort goes around the outside and holds it. What a very good move. He's now going to have the inside line going through Aquaminerale, the preferred line. He's going to have to yield Ed back down into fourth. Darky is all over the back of Ed. Ed all over the back of Jort. Darkius takes a look. Oh, and might have been some slight contact between Darkius and Ed. Ed's forced to push through the chicane. The nose of his Dynaco machine is dirtied, but not too damaged, it seems. He is able to continue just in line behind Ivan. Looks like Darkius. Oh, Darkius nearly punted there by Jort, who had broken leg trying to catch Darkius running slow through that turn. Looks like these men are driving as hard as they can to get up to the front. There's still 38 minutes of racing left. All right, a quick run through the order. We have Milt at the front, Suicidal Cookie, followed by Darkius, Jort, Ivan, Ed, Automated Luxury, Clay Yester. Looks like Clay Yester may have had a disconnection error as he is falling through the order. He may have crashed. So after Automated Luxury, we have Sench, Subnai, Deep Cuts, One-Eyed Grape, Napoli, Van, Arkansas Dave, Trans Baconist, Hoove, Cameron Winters. It looks like Ashton's Fun has disconnected as well. It looks like Ivan has been able to get by, or sorry, not get by, but Ed's making a move on Ivan. And Jort is all over the back of Darkius. Darkius giving a little shake, trying to keep Jort from gaining too much time. They are really close to the fast left-hander at Peratella. It looks like Ed has been able to get by Jort. Oh, some smoke, a lockup perhaps from Darkius. He runs a little wide through Aquaminerale, but it may not have cost him too much time there. Milt is slowly pulling away from the top four. Looks like Suicidal Cookie still in second, Darkius third, and Jort fourth. Ed just getting past Ivan for fifth. Ivan now sixth. Come now to the long straight. This could be a good overtaking opportunity for all three of these drivers. Looks like Jort has looked to the inside. We are now side by side coming into the first chicane. Darkius not yielding. Oh, a touch of contact and Darkius is forced wide, but so is Jort. Oh, and Darkius has lost the rear end. Too much gravel on the tires. Coming through on the dirt. Has spun. He's going back forward again now, but he has lost several positions and quite a bit of time. He might lose another one here. As Sench goes wide trying to avoid Darkius. He's able to hold the momentum and get by. Let's go back up to the front here. Looks like Ed was able to pass by Jort in the fracas with Darkius. That's going to put Ed up into third place, Jort down into fourth. It's been a fair amount of contact the opening segment of this race. Lots of drama. Jort sending it through Aquamena Rally, trying to keep with Ed. He is still right on the gearbox of that blue Dynaco machine. Heading down the hill to the fast double left-handers at Ravaza. Got to keep composed through these two turns. A big slide by Ed. I think I may have cursed him by mentioning to keep clean. Ed has gone wide. He's back onto the track again. But Ivan has gotten back and has reclaimed the position. Is that Team Vapor Automated Luxury now in the picture of the fight, as he's been able to keep clean and keep on the track with no issues. Okay, an update on the standings. First place is Milt. He has stretched his lead over Suicidal Cookie to just about 3.5 seconds. Another 3.5 seconds to Jort. Then Ivan, Ed Automated Luxury, Darkius, Subnai, One-Eyed Grape, Deep Cuts in 10th, Monopoly 11th, Sench may have had a disconnection, may have had a spin. Van in 14th, Cameron Winters 15th, Hoove 16th, Arkansas Dave 17th, Trans Baconist in 18th. And it looks like, yes, Sench has had a disconnection. And everyone will move up one spot. The top 17, though, still in the running for the race. Looks like Ed's gone on the inside of Ivan. A nice clean pass there. And Suicidal Cookie's gone wide. Cookie's gone wide through Aqua Minerale. He's lost a lot of time. He went very wide. He has conceded second place. The Penguins are back in 1-2. Hold on. He's holding his position through the chicane. Jort forced wide, but he takes the position anyway. Cookie still on the back bumper of Jort, trying desperately to get that second place back. Here comes Ivan and Ed. Cookie goes to the outside. Side by side going through Ravaza. They hold their lines beautifully. Cookie trying to hold it on the outside. Just can't do it. He's going to follow through the long straight. Ed and Ivan right on their tails. Ed's pulled out of the slipstream. He's gone out to the right side of the pair. He's about side by side now with Cookie. Oh, Cookie makes a late lunge into the chicane. Oh, and he holds it. Oh, what a move. Ivan makes a cutback. They're side by side again. My goodness. Ed and Ivan looking for a way through the fight. They both go on the outside. Cookie. Oh, and there's contact. Cookie and Ivan come together and they're both off the track. It looks like, oh, yes, Cookie keeps it together. Ed and Ivan come ahead of the pair. They've rushed too hard into that chicane and came together. Now it looks like Jort and Ivan now racing for position just behind Ed. Jort goes hard into Piratella. Has pulled ahead to get the preferred line into Aqua Minerale. Quite the wild racing up until this point. We are only 15 minutes into this race. There's still another 30 left before this is over. Oh, Jordan overcooks it on the slippery AstroTurf. That's going to cost them some more time and positions. Okay. I'm going to need another update on the positions. I'm having trouble keeping tabs of everyone's positions. We keep having spins, crashes, sideways action, and overtakes. We'll follow Automated Luxury to the line here. As they cross the line, it looks like Milt now has a near 10-second gap to second place Ed Kerstetter. Then it's Ivan, Automated Luxury in fourth, Suicidal Cookie fifth, Jort in sixth place, Darkiest seventh, Subnai eighth, Napoli up to ninth after the early incident, Deep Cuts in 10th place, One-Eyed Grape 11th, Train Boy 12th, Cameron Winters 13th, Hoove 14th, Arkansas Dave 15th, Trambaconist 16th, Van 17th. Oh, looks like one of the cars is a bit wide. Was that Jort? Yes, it was. Jort trying hard to make up that lost time from the incident at the top of the hill in the chicane, going sideways on the AstroTurf. I think that's Darkius in the Team Spectre black and purple car, slowly reeling in this group. Jort goes a little wide at Puritella. Oh, and Darkius with a big wiggle. He followed Jort pretty much on that line going wide, and he touched the grass there. Nearly lost the vehicle. All these drivers going hard on the track, trying to make up for their mistakes, and they're just making more. They've got to calm down and try to remember their braking points, their consistency, and that is going to that is what is going to win their race for them. Help them finish well. Take a peek up at our race leader right now, Milt. He has a very sizable lead over Ed Kerstetter. He is all alone right now, about 10 seconds the last time by. It's about 9.5 now. Ed gaining about half a second per lap. He's going to have to do better than that to catch up to Milt before the end of this race, I think. Let's head back to the top 4 or 5 here. Catch back up to how they're doing. Let's peek back onto Automated Luxury, who has Suicidal Cookie slowly coming to his rear. When Cookie is really putting on the pressure, taking a peek inside through the chicane, now into left-hand hairpin. Cookie going for a late exit to try to maximize his speed up this hill. Cookie, just a small window on the outside of Puritella, going hard on the outside. Oh, he's gone wide. He's on the slippery AstroTurf, but I believe, yes, he has made it stick. Suicidal Cookie takes the spot back. Coming through Aqua Minerale. And Jort really overcooked it into that turn, going sideways. And then nearly loses it again at the top of Aqua Minerale. The life of the tire is not something that is normally coming into question in these races, but as much spinning and sideways action as we're seeing in this event, one can't help wonder if that's something we have to worry about. Automated Luxury has been having a very solid run up until this point. It's been very exciting to see his race. He's been one of the few drivers up front that's been able to keep his nose clean. All 4 tires pointing the same direction. It's been paying dividends. He is up near the front. As we cross the line, Milt, his lead has been whittled down to 9 seconds flat over Ed Kerstetter. Ivan in 3rd, Suicidal Cookie now up to 4th. Automated Luxury now in 5th. Jort in 6th place. We have Darkius, Subanai, Napoli, and One-Eyed Grape. Napoli and One-Eyed Grape are close together. Let's follow that, as actually One-Eyed Grape has put a move on Napoli and has taken 9th place. And not far behind Napoli is Deep Cuts, a big fight for 9th, 10th, and 11th. Oh, and One-Eyed Grape has gone wide. Nearly lost it there in the grass. Napoli's able to take advantage. Deep Cuts wanted to follow in. He didn't have the space. He's gone a little wide. Into the hairpin, Napoli goes, followed by One-Eyed Grape, followed by Deep Cuts. It's been a quiet race so far for Subanai, but he has kept his nose clean as well. He hasn't had a whole lot of experience, I believe, in our league, but he is sitting very well in 8th place. Of course, now that we've got the camera on him, he goes a little wide through Aqua Minerale, but looks like for the most part, he has remained very consistent and solid in this race. If he can keep that up, he should have a very solid finish. Let's take our eyes back up to the battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. It looks like Jort has been able to make it past Automated Luxury. And it looks like Darkius has him in his sights as well. Neat and tidy coming through to the first chicane. Like Automated may have had a touch of oversteer. Darkius able to catch up a little bit. Let's follow along with Darkius, see if he can make any moves here coming into the 2nd chicane. Going nice and conservative. Ooh, Automated Luxury a little bit wild through there. Darkius dipping some wheels. Ooh, into the grass. A good job of keeping the vehicle straight, but he lost a good amount of time there. When Luxury has pushed wide on the hairpin, that's cost him a ton of momentum. He's going to have to lament that place over to Darkius. Luxury now falling to 7th, Darkius up to 6th. Pop back up to 3rd place. Ivan and Suicidal Cookie still within a second or two of each other. Not quite close enough to catch that slipstream, I think, but definitely close enough to keep the wing mirrors full of orange and black. Down to Tamburello, or sorry, to Ravazza. Looks like the drivers up front have finally been able to catch their breath. And finally, now that they're strung out a little bit as well, they're able to get into their rhythm, get their speed back, get their consistency back, really take control of their race. Just over 20 minutes left in the Racing Pals Skip Barber League at Imola. Right now we have Milt, about 8.8 seconds ahead of Ed Kerstetter. We have Ivan 3rd, Suicidal Cookie 4th, Jort 5th, Darkius 6th, Automated Luxury in 7th, Subnai in 8th, One-Eyed Grape in 9th, Monopoly 10th, Deep Cuts in 11th, Train Boy 2005 in 12th, Cameron Winters 13th, Arkansas Dave in 14th, Transbaconist 15th, and Hoove in 16th. See, it looks like we have a few retirements. Van Clay, Yester Sench, and Ashness Fun looks like have all retired from the race. Looks like we have a fight near the rear. Train Boy and Cameron Winters close together. Train Boy taking a defensive line into the second chicane. Winters is close. Winters understeers a bit, trying to avoid running into Train Boy there, it looks like. They're going to run up the hill to the fast left-hand turn at Piratella. Let's follow along with Cameron and see if he can make a move. He's still a little bit back on Train Boy, but Train Boy has run wide. Oh, and Cameron's gone sideways, trying to get the power down too quickly. Has he made it past going into Aqua Minerale? He has. Cameron's done an excellent job of slowing for the second part of Aqua Minerale. Looks like Train Boy has gone wide. I think Cameron has that position securely in hand for now. Keep an eye on that action, and we'll go back to the action up front. Let's see, it looks like Milt has been able to find some speed. Instead of losing half seconds per lap, Milt is only losing about 1 or 2 tenths per lap. If he keeps that up, there's definitely no way that Ed is going to catch him. Or went hard into the second chicane there and just touched the dirt a little bit with his rear wheel, and that kicked the back end just a touch out. But a cool hand at the wheel has kept the car moving in the right direction. Got Ivan, Cookie, and Jort, and then Darky is all within a few seconds here. We'll ride along with Jort. We go up the steep hill to Variante Alta. This is the chicane that's been giving a lot of our drivers issues, especially with that slippery AstroTurf on the outside. As you can see, the wheel turns to the right as he's coming out of there to keep the back end pointing the right way while putting the power down. Cookie dips a wheel into the grass there. He pushed very hard. He may have understeered a little, and then he oversteers coming out of that turn. Jort might have some momentum coming out of this straight. If he can catch up just a little bit more to Cookie, he'll have some very solid slipstream to help catch up and get by Cookie. Nice and tidy through the first chicane. We're going to ride along through the second chicane. A lot of drivers have been having issues through here. Ooh, it looks like Cookie has really had to slow up through the middle of the chicane there, going a bit sideways. This is the break that Jort needed. He's now very close to Cookie, and it looks like both he and Cookie were starting to reel in Ivan just a little bit. Jort's got the slipstream coming up to the fast left-hander at Piratella. Cookie goes defensive at the last moment. Jort wasn't thinking of a move. It's put Cookie out of shape. Oh! Oh, and he holds on to it. He was absolutely sideways coming through that turn, but he's going to lose the position to Jort after losing that momentum. Jort's able to keep it nice and tidy through Aqua Minerale. And Jort nets himself a position with, looks like Darky is slowly gaining on them as well. Oh, Cookie super close on the exit of the chicane here. It's right along with Cookie here. Now he has the advantage of the slipstream. He looks out to the inside of Jort, thinks better of it, keeps to the racing line. The final two left-handers at Ravaza. Tries to maximize his speed. Looks like he had a little bit of oversteer coming out of that. He's going to need all of that slipstream to keep and pass Jort coming up here to the line. We have just over 14 minutes left this race, 2/3 of the way to completion. Oh, Cookie a bit late on the brakes. He is right up on the back end of Jort, but that he carried too much momentum through the early part of the chicane, and that cost him on the exit. Jort's able to pull back out ahead. Let's see, the lead has shrunk from 9 seconds to 6.5 between Milt and Ed. Looks like the racing has slowed a little bit up at the 3rd through 6th positions. We are going to hop up to look at our leader, Milt. Looks like he's slowly starting to approach lap traffic. Oh my goodness. Just as we move the camera onto him, Milt nearly loses the car. That's going to cost him some time. That's not what he wants. Ed is slowly reeling in Milt, and if he makes more mistakes, that's just more chances for Ed to catch him. Take another peek back at the 3rd through 6th fight. We've got Ivan in 3rd place, slowly coming under fire from Jort. Has now put a little bit of space between himself and Cookie. Looks like Ivan was able to keep a very, very strong line through the final 2 left turns at Ravaza. He's right along here. Jort's quite a ways back, but the slipstream is very noticeable when this car starts to max out its top speed. Doesn't look like Jort has enough momentum to catch all the way back up, but under braking, he's going to come a little bit closer. Oh dear. Oh my goodness. It looks like Jort really went hard into the 2nd chicane there and nearly collected Ivan. Had to stomp the brake pedal to keep from running into him. Let's follow along with Jort as he's close here to Ivan. Ivan, a little bit of a slide coming through this turn. They're going to come to Aqua Minerale. Jort's going to go hard on the outside. I think Ivan might be letting him go here. Yes, Ivan has conceded the position to Jort. A very strong move by Jort on the outside of the entry to Aqua Minerale, where you really want to be on the inside of that turn so you can carry your momentum through. Very strong move, very good. It looks like the fighting has allowed Cookie to catch up to Ivan here. Let's see if Ivan can hold off Cookie. touch over 10 minutes left in the race. Coming down the long straight, see if slipstream plays a factor into the first chicane here. I think Cookie's starting to reel them in, but they've still got a little bit of space. I don't know if that's enough for a move. Doesn't look like it, but under braking, they're going to get very close. Cookie right on the gearbox of Ivan. Cookie taking a different line approach as Ivan through that chicane. We're going to follow along with Cookie up the hill here through the hairpin to see if anything can happen. While we do, we're going to update the standings. 9 minutes to go. We've got Milt after that shake at the third chicane, only has 3.2 seconds over Ed. Then we have Jort, Ivan, Cookie, and Darkius all within about 2 seconds between third and sixth. Automated Luxury has fallen off this group down to 7th place, 30 seconds back. One-Eyed Grape, Monopoly, Arkansas, Dave round up the top 10. Oh my goodness, and Cookie has overcooked it into Aquamina Rally and tapped Ivan. Oh my goodness. Cookie slow to let Ivan back through. Darkius, the benefactor, gains 2 positions from that collision. This race has been dominated by collisions, incidents, and concentration lapses. I'll update the positions again as we go by. We will keep an eye on our leader, Milt. His lead is shrinking yet again to Ed Casetta. There they are still now in the same frame. About 2.6 seconds. Milt very hard over the curbs in the first chicane. Milt might be feeling the pressure, noticing that time getting smaller and smaller as the time goes by. There's only 7.5 minutes left. Takes about just over 2 minutes, remember, to get through this track. So about 3 or 4 laps left, depending on where the leader is on the track when the time runs out. The fast left-hander at Perazella. Keeping composed, coming down into Aqua Minerale. Very hard through there, slowing the car down quite a bit for the second right-hand portion. Making use of the excess AstroTurf over there. Coming up the hill now to Variante Alta. The third chicane. That slippery AstroTurf of no concern to Milt on this lap. Coming down the hill to the fast double left-handers of Ravaza. Milt using every bit of available real estate, putting those tires on the rumble strips as he approaches the turn. He's doing everything he can to get extra speed to keep ahead of Ed. Coming to the stripe, just under 6 minutes left. Milt still leading over Ed. The time has changed to 2.5 seconds. battle for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth has now spread out after that incident between Cookie and Ivan. We're going to go back to fifth, sixth, and seventh now, where Automated Luxury, Ivan, and Cookie are now in close quarters with one another. At the lap sheet here, and it looks like that incident earlier on the previous lap cost him about 10 seconds. An eternity in racing. There's still some racing to be had. 4 minutes, just over 4 minutes left in this race. We'll bounce back to our leader, Milt. See if he can prevent Ed from catching up with him. Getting slipstream over the next few final laps. We're going to ride along with Ed. Looks like Ed has set the fastest lap so far in the race, a 2:08.8. Has he saved his best for last? Perhaps he has another 2:08.8 that previous lap, excuse me. Making it cleanly through the first chicane here at Imola. Looks like both drivers went a little hot through the second chicane, but it looks like Milt may have gotten the worst of it. His car seems a little closer than it was before. For those of you watching along, I've actually been in this exact situation, ahead of Ed, but being chased down, and there is nothing scarier than watching this blue Skip Barber Dynaco machine growing larger and larger in your mirrors. And you get sweatier and sweatier as you see it come in. Looks like Milt runs a little bit wide through the second half of Aqua Minerale. There's another error. Ed's grown closer. They're coming through the chicane here. Ed a little bit overcooked perhaps through the chicane there, and then a little bit of oversteer on that AstroTurf. He's going to lose a little time. Under 2 minutes here, so once the leaders cross the line, that will be the white flag. Oh, a touch of oversteer. Ed is driving hard to catch with Milt here. I think Milt got the better exit on that turn. Not sure if the slipstream's going to be strong enough from this far away to help him catch up to Milt by turn 1 chicane. He's certainly gaining, though. Here through the second chicane. Ed's been very strong through here, though he did go a little bit too hard through the previous lap. Milt using a bit of grass. Ed using a bit of the grass himself to go to the inside into the hairpin. Milt trying to hold on around the outside. That's a long way around. Looks like he's been able to do it. He's even pulled up alongside. He got a good run out of that hairpin. They're running up the hill to the fast left-hander at Perazella. Still side by side. Oh, Milt gets into the grass. He loses a little bit of momentum. Ed does get by. A last lap pass for the lead. Let's see if Milt can make one himself. Into Aqua Minerale. Ed's kept it clean, so has Milt. They're coming up the hill. Up the hill to the final chicane. Ed's been a little bit oversteery coming through here. He's kept it nice and oh, there's a little bit of oversteer. Let's see if Milt can take advantage. Let's ride along with Milt here. He's back into the grass a touch. He's gaining a little bit. He's got some slipstream. He's going to try around the outside here at Ravaza. The final 2 turns here at Imola. He's run wide. Oh, he can't make it stick. Can he drive hard through the final turn? Ed's able to hook up the rear end. Is there enough slipstream for Milt to catch by the start-finish line? It's going to be close. And it looks like Ed has held off Milt with the last second pass to win the race. What a finish. It looks like third place is going to go to Jort. A 2-3 finish for the Penguins. Darkius comes home in 4th. Suicidal Cookie able to grab 5th. Ivan, 6th place for him. Automated Luxury, a good clean race for him to capture 7th. Looks like it's a bit of a gap back to 8th, but here comes One-Eyed Grape. He'll be able to... Yes, he'll be able to cross the line for 8th place. Here comes the pair of Kelvin Motor Racing, Napoli finishing 9th place. A victory honk. They've made it through the race. Arkansas Dave still quite a ways back. He's still in 10th. Here comes through Ravaza, the final turn. Like just behind is Subnai. Arkansas Dave will capture 10th place as he crosses the line. Subnai crossing for 11th. Deep Cuts not far behind, grabbing 12th place. Not far behind him, Cameron Winters, Train Boy 2005, the last active finisher in 14th. Had quite a few. Oh. Looks like Cameron Winters with a victory slide. Oh! And a victory crash as well. Looks like we had 5 competitors not able to finish the race. But some good, solid racing. What a finish. Ed Kerstetter able to make a last-second pass on Milt on the back half of the racetrack on the final lap. Lots of beating, lots of banging. These cars have bumped and slid through the entire race. What an incredible finish. Let's see if we can grab one of the drivers for a post-race interview. Let's see who we can talk to. Who do we have available?